everyone, it's Kate from Blackbird Blessings here to give you your astrological forecast for March 6th through the 12th. The energy this week is a lot more focused and a little bit more serious than the fun energy we got from the Leo moon this past weekend. But we have a stellium in Pisces, which means we have 3 or more planets in the same sign. And so we have a lot more of that dreamy, compassionate, generous, and outside the box thinking energy. So this week, the theme is I'm ready for some changes. Now, depending on the person, this may be a life-changing kind of situation where, your path diverges and you take the other route, or maybe it could be something very simple, like, I'm going to speak up for myself at work, or I'm going to start going out for walks every day. So depending on your situation and where you are in life, this could be a small or a larger change. So Monday, we have the sun in Pisces and the moon is going to move into the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgos are notorious for being super organized, and they are just the quintessential executive assistant, right? They're here to schedule things, make life more efficient, and they just feel comfortable with checklists and spreadsheets and things like that. They rarely miss a detail. So what does this energy look like when it's expressed through the moon? It is practical. It is, think of that person that kind of sits at a party kind of off to the side. They're not like leaving the party, but they're more like just kind of sitting, observing, kind of trying to make sense of everything. They're taking on all that information and stimulus, and then they are making sense and organizing that later on. All right, so organization is going to be the key to this, the first couple of days of the week. We're going to be taking some practical steps for organizing our dreams and the things that have been coming up in the last couple of weeks. The full moon is coming on Tuesday. All right, we have the full moon in Virgo, and full moons are really the completion of a cycle. It's an achievement. It's something where it's a time to stop and look back on the last lunar cycle and figure out what changes have you made, what lessons have you learned, and really to kind of meditate on those things. Now is the time to make sense out of some of this new information that you're getting. And when you have all of these new thoughts and ideas, it is important to take that pause and that moment to kind of remove yourself from that situation and just look at it objectively. And this is really the energy that is going to support this. Monday, the sun in Pisces sextiles Uranus in Taurus, which is super helpful. It gives the detail-oriented Virgo the ability to step back and see the bigger picture rather than be focused on the minutia and like super details, and then be able to make the practical and logical changes after seeing that big picture. The Virgo moon opposes Mercury in Pisces, and this is going to be able to help you to decode the messages that you are getting from your guides, the universe, or whatever you'd like to call it. Okay, so whoever it is that you ask for guidance from, the messages are going to be clear at the beginning of this week, and they're going to help steer you in the right direction for where that change should be happening. We're going to be working more independently at the beginning of this week, overcoming your obstacles, and it's really going to come from your own power. All right, so if you're into tarot cards, think the Magician card, right? All of that magic and everything and power comes from inside yourself. You just need to tap into that and harness that. It's all about like I'm standing on my own 2 feet. I'm tapping into the tools that I have and experiences that I have to get things done. It's not so much I need to work by myself, and if I work with other people, it's going to be aggressive and it's not going to go well. It's really more of like a subtlety of like, I don't need anybody else right now. Collaboration really isn't needed for whatever you're going through. So, and you might be so focused that you're not really even noticing what other people are doing around you. It's more of like, I'm just in my routine, I'm getting things done. And interestingly, the routines and the boring things are going to seem comfortable. They're going to be enjoyable. You're going to be happy to, check things off of your list and be productive and proud of the things you've gotten done. So if you are somebody that often struggles with focus and organization, plan your time wisely, okay? And really make the most of this supportive energy from the planets. Roll with it as much as you can and try to get as much done. And be happy. Look back and take some time to be proud of yourself. Okay. So the flip side of this beautiful organization energy that Virgo brings can be a bit neurotic anxious and stressed out if things aren't getting checked off as fast as you would like them. However, the moon opposes the sun and Neptune, and it's going to soften this Virgo energy, take a little bit of that anxiousness away. And when the moon is squaring Mars in Gemini, we are going to be driven to make these changes in our lives. We're going to organize the space to let it happen, and we're not going to be super anxious about not making it happen fast enough, or maybe in our own timeline. Let's see, on Wednesday, Saturn goes into Pisces, where it will stay until 2025. That's crazy. So this energy is going to force us to look into a mirror and to really look, not to just see the surface things, but to dive a little deeper, asking ourselves questions like, who are you? Not just who we'd like to present ourselves to the world, but who we are really in here. And over the next few years, until it moves again in 2025, we are going to be thrown a lot of different circumstances that are going to make us really have to keep coming back to this question of, who am I? Who do I want to be? How am I presenting myself to others? How do I feel on the inside? And are you living the life that you want? If not, it is time to ask yourself why, and what are the roadblocks that are really standing in your way. Okay, this is not a question that is going to be able to be answered, obviously, in this week. However, this is really the beginning of these types of questions, where you are given the energy and the support to be able to start making these changes. It might start out small, but being able to see the plan and see the future is going to be important. All right. So using this energy of Saturn and Pisces coupled with the Virgo moon, you're taking self-inventory. Where are my strengths? Where do I need help? How can I take the things that I'm weak and get them to be better, right? How can you incorporate the dreams that you've been having over the last couple of weeks into the life that you're looking for, right? The Libra moon on Thursday is going to help you balance these things within your current situation. All right, so one of the things that I want you to do, I am going to give you homework. I'm a teacher, so I have to give you homework, of course, right? So if you sat down and wrote yourself a letter from yourself in the future, right? Future you is writing a letter to yourself now, maybe 2 years in the future, maybe 5, right? And you are totally living your dream life. What would that look like for you? That moment of where you're going, oh my gosh, I've made it. I'm here. I am living this amazing life that I never thought that I could have, or that I just have been working so hard for, right? So if you were to write that letter to yourself now, from 2 years, 5 years in the future, what would it say? If you are somebody that likes to journal, that likes to write, I want you to sit and jot down a couple notes. Write the whole letter if you can, right? Start with, wow, I can't believe it. Look how far I've come. I finally made it. These are the things that are going to help inspire you, and just let it flow. Like, where are things going to stay the same? Where are things going to be strengthened? Where are you going to take that separate path and make it completely different for yourself? But this is the week to start these thoughts and to start building for those changes. All right. The energy is supporting you in organizing these things, organizing your thoughts, dreaming about your future. We are right now Pluto, which is the planet of transformation and structural changes. It is in the last degree, the 29th degree of Capricorn, which means it is getting ready to switch over into Aquarius. All right. It is a very slow moving outer planet. So it stays in one sign for a very long time. And Aquarius is all about rebuilding what the last generations had essentially burned to the ground and dismantled, regarding like government, religion, and big structural things like that. And now we're rebuilding. We are looking towards the future. So it's a very organized and hopeful energy this week. So creativity is going to be boosted on Thursday and Friday when the moon enters Libra. It's going to be bringing some color and some art, some excitement, creativity into your organization and the plans and things that you did earlier in this week. So you're going to have a sense of clarity of how to incorporate some of these changes into your life right now without upending anything, about having a nice balance, maybe incorporating them slowly, or figuring out like where they kind of sandwich into what you're already doing. This is a great time to also share your plans and goals with somebody you love. Communication is going to be smooth and harmonious, and it's going to feel good to be with people who bring you a nice sense of balance or peace into your life. So if your plans involve other people and making any changes that could affect anybody else, now is definitely the time to broach this subject, because with the Libra moon and Mercury in Pisces, you are going to be able to tap into that beautiful and charming, witty part of yourself. And you are going to be able to articulate your thoughts really well and be able to make the abstract into something solid, tangible, and true for you. All right, we've got the weekend. If you wake up on Saturday in kind of a mood, it's not you. Don't worry. Okay, the moon is moving into brooding and quite moody Scorpio. We have a double water sky, lots of emotions. This can also be darker waters if you allow yourself to go there. It is mysterious, it's mystical. However, it can also be very enlightening and open up some really interesting and very new outside the box perspectives that perhaps your logical mind may not have been able to get to. If you are somebody who does get wrapped up in a little bit of these darker, brooding and moody thoughts, plan for it. Right? You know the things that can bring you happiness, bring you lightness, bring you joy. Plan for those things for Saturday and Sunday, right? Go do something to ground yourself. We have a lot of water, a lot of emotions. Physically, figure out how to ground yourself. For some people, it might be getting outside. It might be, maybe go outside and plan your garden. Check in with Rebecca to do some crystal healing sessions, something like that. And if you are unsure about the changes perhaps that you are heading towards, or you're not sure what your chart is going to say about these changes, the timing, or perhaps moves you're looking to make, get in touch with me from the website. I would be happy to do a natal chart reading and maybe give you a little bit more focus, or help you to highlight where some of your strengths are and to capitalize on all of those wonderful and good things. All right. So until next time, be well and follow the stars.